Congressman, thank you so much for joining us to talk today about this incredibly important and timely issue. Earlier this year, you introduced H.R. 5136, the Tele-Abortion Prevention Act of 2021. Can you share with this audience what exactly your bill will do?
Well, as I think you might agree, Kristan, great to be with you, by the way. Thanks for having me. But the number one responsibility of government is to keep us safe and secure. And our federal government and many of our state governments are failing miserably to do that when it comes to protecting innocent, precious life in the womb, which is the most deserving of protection of those who cannot protect themselves. And so while we see abortion on the rise in our country, and we continue to fight that battle on a daily basis with hope on the horizon from the Supreme Court, in the meantime, we've introduced our Tele-Abortion Prevention Act. That bill would make it impossible or prohibit a medical practitioner from performing a chemical abortion or abortion pill, as you know, being administered, unless they first physically examined the patient, they were present during the abortion, and they scheduled a visit subsequent to the abortion taking place.
You know, I was just in California speaking with some folks there, some grassroots activists who had told me that they were even recently contacted by a fire chief who was aghast that the EMS were being called in to help women who were enduring these very painful chemical abortions at home, who had no idea what was about to happen, and that his own firemen were unprepared emotionally, as well as physically, about how to help these women when they were walking into their homes. We know from just the current reports that are out there that over 20 women have died from taking chemical abortion pills with the current regulations that have been in place for so many years. Given the fact that we already know that women are dying, we know this is a problem for those first responders. We have clear, you can go to any pregnancy chat room online and hear women tell their horror stories, clearly stating that these chemical abortions were truly horrific for them to endure. Why do you think there is such a push to reduce these basic health and safety standards? Because, to me, it seems very easy and very common sense to say, of course, we're going to make sure that a woman's actually pregnant. Of course, we're going to make sure a doctor is involved in this abortion to make sure she doesn't suffer death as well as her child. Why do you think that is right now?
It's tragic as in the last 49 years since Roe became the law of the land, when the Supreme Court wrote into the law the constitutional right to abortion that didn't exist truly in the Constitution as we know. 62 million estimated abortions have taken place, more than 1 million a year. And if that's not tragic enough, you've seen this increase over the last 20 years with chemical abortions, where women are not told the truth, as you know, about the health consequence, the health risks to them personally, let alone what's actually happening to their young child that is several weeks up to even second trimester, even 15 weeks in the womb. And they're also not told about the risk to themselves personally. But what you have here more recently, as you know, in the last couple of years, is the for-profit abortion industry, the abortion mills, trying to profit off the fact or to take advantage of the telemedicine benefits or the privileges that have been enacted over the last couple of years, and trying to grow abortion through that means. And so again, what this bill would do is prohibit the ability for a doctor just to prescribe the abortion pill and then never see the patient, and the patient is left to themselves to take that abortion pill, to go through that painful process and all the risks that are incurred within that. Whereas you already mentioned, 24 women we know of have died from the abortion pill, taking that pill at home alone. And they're left to how tragic, as you note there, that they're left to calling first responders, EMS, fire personnel to come and try to help them when they shouldn't be in that situation to begin with.
It's absolutely egregious and unbelievable. Thank you so much for coming on today to kind of share with the audience what you're doing at our nation's capital to advance the cause of life and protect the most innocent and vulnerable among us. What can those who are listening and tuning in today, students, adult pro-life activists. What can they do to help you advance the Tele-Abortion Prevention Act of 2021?
Well, I want to give a shout out to Students for Life because when I recently just Googled chemical abortion to see what would come up, one of the first things at the top of the search was Students for Life and your education on what chemical abortion, what the abortion pill really is, what the risks are involved, what the process really looks like, how dangerous it is, not only, as we know, fatal for the young child in the womb, but also how harmful it is and how risky it is for the mother, even up into threatening death for them to be taking that abortion pill. So what we can do is advocate, be loud, be bold, educate, try to inform folks on what the true risks are and what's really happening with the baby in the womb, but then also lobby those political individuals as elected officials, because we only have 54 co-sponsors of our bill so far, and there's 213 members of Congress on the Republican side. We also have 213. They all profess to be pro-life. So I would just encourage everyone watching, everyone listening to lobby and reach out to their member of Congress and ask them to co-sponsor this bill.
That's a great action point, even for us in our work on Capitol Hill. That's something that you all can do very easily, is to call your U.S. representative and demand that they sign on to Representative Good's bill, the Tele-Abortion Prevention Act of 2021. They just sign on as a co-sponsor. It's very simple for them to do, but if they're pro-life, now is the time for them to show it. Thank you so much, Congressman, for joining us today and taking a few minutes out of your busy schedule to be here with us to explain how important this bill is. You've been a tremendous leader up on Capitol Hill. In fact, you are the Students for Life Action Pro-Life Gen Leader of the Month this October. So I wanted to give you a shout out for all of your amazing work. And it's certainly being noticed by the pro-life generation. So thank you so much. And I can't wait to work with you in the coming months, after this FDA decision this month, as we move forward to protect babies and mothers from chemical abortion and the predatory abortion industry. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Kristan. Proud to be in the fight with you on this most important issue. Thank you. God bless and Merry Christmas.
Thank you.